Welcome to the Wealth and Wellness All Women Rock podcast, hosted by me, Tamera, the CEO and founder of All Women Rock Global. Join me on this journey as we explore topics, conversations, and interviews related to wealth and wellness. Let's get started. Hey girl, hey. Welcome to the Wealth and Wellness All Women Rock podcast by All Women Rock, hosted by me, yours truly, Tamera. I am here each and every week to help educate and elevate your wealth and wellness one step at a time. On today's episode, we're going to give you guys a little bit of both wealth and wellness. What a year we had with 2020. It was a lot. It was hard for several business owners. Before you think this is a sad episode, give me just a moment. Entrepreneurs experience a lot of hardship. All Women Rock did too. Our business foundation is events, entrepreneurship, and education. We could not hold any events live. Charleston, South Carolina had one event in January, but that was it. You know how tough it is as a CEO to think about how do we bounce back? How do we progress forward? We have managing directors that depend on these events. It was hard for us. So as the new year began, 2021, I thought about how do we take these hard moments we experienced as female entrepreneurs and use that to our advantage and bounce back for 2021. For me, it was intentional. I started thinking about what words and phrases can I take? And I was like, I like intentional. I think personally, I could have been more intentional with All Women Rock. I know, a pandemic hit, but adversity and hardship has never stopped me. I accomplished some things, but I was not as intentional as I could have been or I should have been. So I wanted to know how other female entrepreneurs felt about this. On today's episode, you have the unique opportunity to hear from 5 girl bosses, and I literally mean from Girl Boss Network. I presented them with this question. What is one word you can hold as a reminder as you go through 2021 and why? The first girl boss is the founder of Jungle Bay. She is a wellness entrepreneur representing her country in the UK as the United Nations headquarters in New York City for eco-sustainability and veganism. She owns some brands, including a superfood brand that launches this year. Healing is a big part of her life and has been on the top of her list as a vegan for 3 years. Let's take a listen, ladies.
Hey, I'm Jungle Bay. I'm a vegan and wellness entrepreneur based in the UK and internationally. The one word that I would like to hold dear as a reminder throughout 2021 is healing. Healing is so important, and I really am putting healing at the top of my list this year. Healing of the emotions, physical healing, and financial healing are all the areas where I'm improving myself daily. My advice to you is healing is a step-by-step process, and there really truly is no right or wrong way to do this. As long as you are showing up for yourself and showing yourself that you really care about what you're putting into your body and the type of energy that you're putting out is going to make such a big difference in your endeavors and in your entrepreneurial journey. It's very important to be feminine and to be graceful in your climb to success. So please get on this healing journey. You can find me on Instagram. My handle is @itsjunglebay, where I'll be sharing much more tips on how you can glow from the inside out. Thank you very much. Stay hydrated and take care.
Wow, I totally agree. Healing is a step-by-step process. Also, every entrepreneur that you will hear from on today, their website and social media handles will be listed in the show notes. So please show your support to your fellow girl bosses. Next up is Trisna. She's an entrepreneur and poet and graduate of Loyola University, Chicago. Trisna is the proud owner of a spiritual shop called Lotus and Magnolia. Let's listen to what she had to say.
The word that I'm using to remind myself, to motivate myself, and to ground myself is elevate. Why? Because all my life I felt like I always knew what I wanted to do. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I wanted to move here. I knew what I wanted to end up doing, and if it wasn't this, it was going to be that. I always knew. But then 2020 happened, and everything that I had planned for me did not work out. And I felt like I had lost myself, and I had lost sight of my goals for the first time in my life. When really, the world was evolving, my goals were evolving, and I was evolving. So, coming into this year, I realized in order for me to set my goals, I have to know myself. So I have to refine myself. How can I elevate my mind space? How can I elevate my intentions? How can I elevate my presence? How can I elevate other people? And that will help me create goals. So elevate.
Elevate. That was a deep one for me. There are so many things I think within the All Women Rock brand when I hear the word elevate and how I can take the brand to the next level. Our next girl boss is Keri White, the impact coach.
Hello, my name is Keri White. I am the Impact Coach and founder of the Impact Code, where I help nonprofits take strategic action for greater impact. My word for 2021 is execution. It's a lot to dream, it's a lot to plan, but it's even more about doing, right? So we got to take action on what it is that we planned. And so I need to do that, and my clients need to do that as well. So for my 2021, my focus is on me taking action as well as my clients.
Execution. Another one I love. As entrepreneurs, we all need execution. It's one thing to say something, but it's totally another one to actually execute. Talk is so cheap, we need to execute more. Now we will hear from Jessica. She is the founder of Tech Biz Girl. Jessica Williams works with women who who have a 9 to 5 but also want to create an additional stream of income doing something that they love. She is the creator of the Just Picks, a weekly newsletter featuring the best resources and tips for side hustlers. Her days include a mix of doing strategy and consulting on various projects at SDI Presence and helping other startups and companies through operation support. When she's not working, you'll probably find her somewhere reading, eating dessert, or dancing. I love that. I will also say Jessica is the founder of the collective on the Girl Boss Collective. Like myself, I have the Emerging Entrepreneurs Collective and Memphis Collective. Jessica is the founder of the Side Hustler Collectives. I enjoy reading her posts on there. So, you guys, if you're not on Girl Boss, you really should be. Let's take a listen to what Jessica had to say.
My word for the year is breathe, mainly because there's a lot going on, and when it comes to self-care, when it comes to taking some time for myself, I realize that when I'm anxious and stressed, I am not breathing properly. I'm breathing through my chest, and then I'm not really getting enough oxygen. So my reminder is to breathe and take deep breaths, belly breathe, just to recenter myself and to pause before I go about the rest of my day.
Are we breathing, ladies? I know for myself, someone who has anxiety, practicing breathing techniques has helped me tremendously. Jessica mentioned it helps her recenter herself. This made me think about how much that is needed in our lives. As women, we carry a lot and experience a lot. Not to say men don't, not trying to be a little biased, but we carry a lot. So if you are distracted with so many things, I want you to be like Jessica and recenter yourself and focus on that for this year. Are you ladies enjoying this? Well, I am. I think we need a little insight from other people to kind of help us along this way. So it's truly inspiring to hear how other people use different words or phrases to kind of help them along the way. Sometimes we get our aha moments from other people. Next, we will hear from girl boss Claire. Claire is an ambitious and driven young woman aimed at making meaningful change. Her knitwear and clothing brand Naughty Bot Knitwear is her passion and vessel for bringing about change. Let's take a listen.
Perseverance.
Claire did not get the opportunity to share how perseverance impacts her, so I will share with you how you can use it this year in your business. Perseverance is actually a skill every entrepreneur needs. Perseverance means leaning forward, walking one foot after the other into the chill entrepreneur wind until you've reached your milestone and eventually achieve your goal. Many people fail because they give up at the first sign of difficulty or start something new. 2020 was hard for us, but that does not mean we give up and throw in the towel. The beginning of 2021 was hard watching the riot on Capitol Hill. I saw so many people on social media say, oh, well, there goes 2021. Nope, we need to keep pushing forward with perseverance. That is all of our girl bosses. That was 6, including my word, which was intentional. Did you enjoy this episode? I really hope it was useful to you. Now, I want to ask you, what is one word you can hold as a reminder as you continue this journey through 2021? 2020 was challenging, like I said, for all of us. Majority of us experienced something very unprecedented. We had to wear masks. Everything was virtual. We were confined to only our closest family and friends. For the majority of us that are business owners, if we were not virtual, we had to get on board quickly. Most importantly, I think we learned a lot about ourselves. This pandemic has given us time to think about what we want, what we don't want, and what we will not settle for. Watching the news, seeing the tragic deaths of Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, it was a lot to experience emotionally. And a pandemic? As I always say, give yourself a little grace. If you cannot think of any word or phrase as we continue this journey through 2021, give yourself grace, ladies. And just breathe. Take a deep breath and breathe. As my mother always say, take it one day at a time. 2021 started a little rocky, and this past week with the winter storms and the boil water alerts in the South, it was a lot, but we are moving forward. Remember, if you can't think of a word or phrase and get to a point where you feel stuck, remember, give yourself grace. It is okay. It is okay. Breathe, take a deep breath, and take it one day at a time. Once again, I would like to give a huge thank you to all of the girl bosses who took the time out to share their insight with us. As I stated, all of the links to find out more about those ladies you heard on today have been listed in the show notes. I want each of you ladies to stay safe, take care of yourself, wash your hands, put your mask on, and I will talk to you on next week. Bye.